driving to work, doing a live stream. I know LBS just did one the other day, and we all got to see like 85 degrees and sunny, nice clean freeways. Now you get to see how the other half live. Doing about 45, snow's flying. I should have been recording like 5 minutes ago because I just witnessed a guy go off the road into the ditch, crash to the fence, destroyed his car. I don't know what happened there. He was probably filming a live stream or something. But it's all right. It's how we do it in Cleveland, Ohio. We got, I don't know, probably about 3 inches last night, and it's supposed to snow all day today. So I played blue collar. What up? We had hazard this morning. Okay. Wait, don't you live in Florida? I can only imagine if you got snow in Florida. See, we got you can tell the plows have been out, or else the roads would be really bad. That's the one good thing about Ohio is we know how to take care of the snow. Well, yeah, I just figured I would do a live. I was in Blue Collar Stackers Vegas Monday Night Metal live stream yesterday for probably 3 hours. It was a good show. Kansas Kid was there, Thousand Air. I forget, Fish was there. There was like seven. Dub C was there. There was a lot of guys. I had a good time in that live, and then watching the live yesterday. So yeah, I'm hoping LBS sees this because I caught his live stream after the fact, and I told him, I said, I always seem to miss your live streams. Well, obviously I missed his Sunday night live because at his time, 9 o'clock, it's midnight for me, and I had to get up at 6 a.m. So yeah, it's such a freaking guy, hilarious. But anyways, yeah, this is not too bad. So I got a Tahoe 770 big block, got an LFD on deck, so at least if I crash and go into a ditch, I won't die of not having a cigar. I do got a 24 pack of water in here. It's probably frozen, but I can always heat it up with the heater, I guess. I don't got no food. Where am I going? I am going out to my job, which is, it's about an hour and 15 minutes from home. I already had to stop at the parts house. I had to stop at the gas station and drive probably about an hour from the gas station. So I plan on doing, everyone knows that I do about an hour worth of work a day. So I plan on doing about a half hour work at least. I'm going to get out there. There's going to be a ton of snow. I'm going to have to shovel the snow, put down some salt, and I'm going to sit in the truck and warm up. I mean, I'm not going to get out there till 9:30. So by the time I get out of the truck, it'll be 10. And I'll probably work till noon, take a cigar break, then maybe go back to work till like 1, and then throw my tools in the truck and drive home. And that's going to be my day. Emerald, what's up? Cold? Oh, wait, hang on. Can't see. Trying not to die, I guess. Holy cow, that looks cold. I think it's like 30. Hold up. The sun's coming out. There it is. See behind trees? There's the sun. See, it's a nice sunny day. That's it. Got the sun out. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's not cold. I'm not even putting on my Carhartt pants. I do got my Carhartt jacket on though. My Carhartt coat. But look at this trucker just whipping by. I think I'm doing about 55 right now, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. So I do got some good, I don't know if it's good information, good news. So December 2nd, 2038 is when I hit 59 and a half. So exactly 13 years from the date, I'll be retired. That's the goal. Let me get out of this lane. December 2nd and June 2nd are always my anniversaries. I always can, on June 2nd, I'm always like, okay, I got, 13 and a half or 12 and a half or whatever. And then on December 2nd, it's always the even year. So yeah, 13 years from now, I can retire. I plan on retiring before that, because I don't know if I can go another 13 years, not in this field, but we'll see what the future can bring. So I'm hoping to catch an accident. Like I said, I already passed one. I know I will. What up, James? Yeah, it has to be snowing. I can't really tell because these wipers blow. Every time I go get my oil changed, they're like, "How are the wipers?" I go, "They blow," and they throw some new ones on, and they still pull this crap. I don't know. I got the heat going on the windshield. I got the window open too because I was smoking a cigar. I guess I can close the window. Hang on. All right, I got the window closed. Hopefully that cuts down on the sound. Ohio, that's right. So I left Cleveland. I'm heading out to Sandusky. If anyone knows Sandusky, it's where Cedar Point is. It's the largest, I would call it the largest roller coaster park in the world. You got the most roller coasters. That's the city I'm heading to. But I'm going to be going through a lot of farm country to get out there. What am I going? I'm going into about Elyria right now. That's a dump. Yeah, Cedar Point. I haven't been there in quite a few years. I think the last time I was there was like 2008. I can't remember. I haven't been there in a while. It's the prices. You know, you used to be able to go for $20. You get a season pass for $50. Now I don't even know what it is now. It's ungodly. And they make you pay for speedy line passes. Well, guess what? There's a line for that. Like that doesn't get you on the ride any quicker. Yeah, Tommy Boy was in Sandusky, Ohio. That's right. Absolutely. 30 degrees. There's the sign. 30. I don't know if you can see it, but and then with the wind chill, it's probably like 21 or something like that. You always got to throw in the old wind chill factor, but it's not going to be a bad day. All my work is outside today, so I'll just, well, if you caught my short, I put in 2 condensers yesterday. I'll probably just do one, because the electricians let me know that I got 2 furnaces that they wired up, and I got to start the heat. There's like 7 units out of this job. It's an Ohio Business College. It's a building, and some rich doctor or someone, he's got an eye practice. And it's a building. It's going to be called Retina, like your eye. And he's putting $3 million into renovating this building. So they gut the building, the electric, plumbing, heating and air, drywall. That's all $2 million. They had to spend $1 million just on the sprinklers. There was no sprinklers in this building. They had to cut the parking lot open, run a line from the street just for the sprinkler. And my company did all the duct work, and then I got to do everything the installers don't want to do. I am a service tech. So, how much copper you getting out of this particular? Well, I got a couple pounds yesterday. I'll probably get a couple pounds today. I get all the scraps, whatever's left over from what I don't use. So I'm not getting like a big unit or anything. There are older units out there, but they want to keep the old units out there because they still worked. And the landlord wanted to keep them, so right now they're sitting in the parking lot. I don't know what he's going to do with them. I actually have to put, there's 5 brand new units we're putting in. 2 of them are existing, so I have to just braze those in. But yeah, I'm a service tech, so they pay me to figure out what's wrong. But our installers are, let's see, how do I put it? They only want to do so much, and the company realizes that the installers are good at what they do. Sheet metal, that's it. So then they pay me to go out there and do everything else. The low voltage, running the refrigeration line sets, brazing the refrigeration line sets, all the control wiring, if they're rooftops, the economizers. I do the smoke detectors, I do the test stations, thermostats, and then I'm responsible for evacuating the system, charging it, doing a startup, starting the heat, starting the cool. I do the drains. That's me. So someone could insult my intelligence and call me an installer, because that is pretty much like 90% of my year. But at the end of the day, I am a service tech. If it gets really cold and really busy, they're going to pull me off this install and send me on service calls. So that's what I've been doing for the last 28 years. So 28 and a half on the day. I hit 28 and a half years in HVAC. I've done nothing else. When I graduated in 1997, graduation was June 1st. Monday morning was June 2nd. My birthday, I turned 18. I was on the freeway going to my first job. And I remember thinking, all right, welcome to the rat race. I got stuck in a big accident. Got stuck on the freeway, and I remember thinking, man, I got like 42 years of this crap. This sucks. Who changed out of TFC? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he seems to be like a heating and air guy, because he saw my short yesterday condenser, and he goes, is that 454B? I go, yep, that's the new crap. New crap you can thank Biden for, that rushed us to have all of our equipment changed out by 2025, January 1st, for this new crap. And along with it came, now I had to get new gauges. There's new controls. All of our systems are now wired with refrigeration dissipation boards with sensors that will lock out the unit if there's a leak. It senses refrigerant and locks out the unit, because this new refrigerant is supposedly explosive and all this crap. Listen, life was good when it was R22. Then they had to go and change it in 2004 and make it 410A, which everyone was like, this sucks. But for 21 years, we got used to the 410A. Nothing was wrong with it. But now we got this new crap, and it sucks. But whatever. You choose your job. You choose your job. You choose your job. Your job chooses you. You don't choose your job. Your job. I got to think about that, because when I went to high school, I absolutely hated high school. I hated the kids. I hated high school. I hated studying. I ended up with like a 3.6 GPA, so I didn't like do bad in school. But I knew college was out, and I guess, you know, I was a junior, and I'm like, well, I better start thinking about what I want to do the rest of my life. And my high school offered vocational school, where in the morning you would go to high school, do like your 4 classes, and then the bus would take you to the vocational school. And I was forced with the decision of what the heck to do. So I narrowed it down to 3: auto mechanics, industrial electricity, and HVAC. And I had a car. I had a 1988 Ford Mercury Topaz, white, with air conditioning, tape deck, and the motorized seat belts. If you guys caught my 1858 story, you know all about the Topaz, with the missing driver's side rear hubcap. And anything that I would do on the car, I would get dirty. Change the tire, rotate the tire, you get dirty. Change the oil, you're dirty. And I ruled out auto mechanics pretty quick, because I was like, I don't want to be dirty all my life. Like, it's just it's the nature of it, you know. I watch all these YouTube videos, guys changing oil and just taking out that plug. You get oil spilled on your head, or and it's just, everything with a car, it sucks. You need like 10,000 different sockets for all the different sizes. And I mean, just look at a mechanic's tool chest. Like, I roll with like a screwdriver and a pair of channel locks, a meter, a crescent wrench. Yeah, I got a 5-in-1 screwdriver, and that's it. That's all the tools I carry, you know? So anyways, I ruled that out. So the door that got you into heating and air and industrial electricity was the same door. And they kind of shared the same shop. The industrial electricity was in the back, heating and air was in the front. And I'm like, well, I liked electricity. I really do. I liked growing up watching my grandfather. Every time we had a house, had all this old knob and tube, me and him would tear it out. We would run all the wire and conduit. And that was fun. So I was real close to getting into industrial electricity. And at the last minute, I said, you know, something tells me I should go into heating and air. I think that I could benefit from it. I did like the idea that heating and air teaches you everything. basically, you do plumbing. I mean, it goes hand in hand. You do electricity all day long. I mean, every time I got to troubleshoot a unit, it's 95% electric. I know everything about 480, 208, 110, 24 volts, amps, volts, ohms. My meter reads ohms, capacitance. You got to know all that. So I was like, hey, let me go into heating and air. That'll be a good career, and I don't have any regrets. It has its benefits. I've worked in like every house street. See, we're starting to get bad because now I'm doing 40, and I can see the traffic up ahead seems to be coming to a standstill or something. They definitely haven't plowed out here. I'm coming around this bend. Everyone just seems to be driving slow because they haven't plowed. I'm trying to read. Yeah, everything with new cars, electronics, that blows. It really does. Dealing with these circuit breakers in my home. 6 years old. Okay. My dishwasher keeps throwing because the Siemens eco-friendly, terrible reviews. Yeah. Well, I don't know what would be. You'd almost have to throw an amp probe on the wire and see what amps you're pulling. You possibly could have a bad dishwasher, or the breakers just blow. You got to put something decent in. I have all Siemens in my. So my house, I have a breaker box that's empty. I had to put a transfer switch in for my generator, and the transfer switch has all the breakers for my house. So those are all Siemens, but they're not eco-friendly. Later, Zeus. Be safe working in HVAC. We'll have to talk later. I'll have to get you on a live stream. We'll have to talk HVAC. There's a couple guys in the silver community that do HVAC. Can't think of Liberty Copper. I think he gets all of his copper from HVAC. 38 years been trucking, scrap metal racing, yeah. Well, I'm only doing like 40. Now I'm doing about 45. Mark my words, I'm going to see an accident. You watch. But I just think it's funny how Liberty Bleeds did a live stream, and it's like, it had to be like 80 degrees and sunny out and everything. And there's not a lot of snow. Like, I can see the grass in the median over there. That's grass. Oh, there! I told you. Look at it. Look at this idiot in the ditch. He's got his hazards on. Look at that. Can't park there. I told you I would see an accident or someone in the ditch. And this ain't even the turnpike. This is 90. I'm going 90 west. If I was on the turnpike, I'd see about 5 or 6 cars because, look, okay, it says it's 70. The turnpike's 70. Those people do 90. And they just end up in the ditch. Trucks. But I can turn off the wipers because it's not snowing. It's usually a Jeep. Yeah. It's usually some idiot. And what the heck happened? I'll tell you what happened. He was in the fast lane where you can clearly see the slow lane looks a lot clearer than the fast lane. The fast lane looks like it's full of snow. And it was probably doing about 80. And fishtailed and went right in the ditch. Looked like a BMW. It probably was, or an Audi. I think probably an Audi. It's a Japanese car. But anyways, back to heating and air. I don't have any regrets. I've worked in almost every house on the street. 15 years. At some point I got a knock from one of the neighbors going, I got no heat. I got no AC. Come and fix it. And I'll go over there and check it out. But I changed my neighbors. Let's see, my neighbor got hooked up. Started with, he had a leak in his system. West Texas, what up? And every year I'd go and dump some refrigerant in. That almost looks like that guy's in a ditch too. Can't really tell what's going on with him. Oh, that car's just abandoned. Yeah, the left lane is not even plowed. I wouldn't even go over there. I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. Oh, my neighbor. He had a leak. and every year I charge him $100, dump some R22 in it. That went on for about 3 years. Finally, one day he was like, listen, my system's like 20 years old. You want to change it out? I go, yeah. And I knew what I could get all the equipment for, and I knew what I wanted to make on the job. So I give him a price, $4,500. This is 2017. And this guy reaches in his back pocket, whips out his checkbook, writes me a check, $4,500. And I found out later he was ecstatic because his parents, like a month before, paid $8,500 for the same size house, same equipment, because they had a company do it, you know, and a company, you know, has, you know, they got to pay 50% everyone's medical, they got to pay for trucks, they got to pay the secretary, the owners have to collect their fees, their paycheck. So they take a furnace, they double it, then they charge $250 an hour. 2 guys, 8-hour days, you know, that's, you know, they got to make money, you know. Well, me, the only money I had to make was the profit from the job, you know. So at $4,500, I made $2,000. So I was happy, he was happy, and I put all new equipment in his house. Well, then like a year later, his hot water tank died. I put his hot water tank in. You know, so he's really got hooked up with my neighbor. The guy on the other side, I fixed his AC. Yeah, so there's benefits. My whole family, everyone, you know, it's gotten everything. My parents got 2 hot water tanks. 2005, I put it in. Check this story out. So, yeah, I know, it's sunny, I bet. Parents, 2005, hot water tank died, put one in. 2018, I believe, or 2021, whatever, like 18 years later, I remember it was 18 years later, me and my dad, it's Easter Sunday, we're standing in front of the hot water tank that I had changed 18 years prior, and we're looking at it, and we're like, man, we got some good life out of this, we had some good luck. If it's anything like Murphy's Law, like a week later, he calls me, he goes, hey, there's water all over the floor. I'm like, Dad, you gotta be kidding me. We just were standing in front of it talking about how good this tank has been. So I change it out again. You know, that's a classic story. Yeah, so back to the whole heating and air. I don't have any real regrets. If I would have did just electric, I would just do just electric. You know, electricians just do that. They don't do nothing else. Heating and air, you gotta do the plumbing, you gotta run water lines. If there's a water leak, you're not calling a plumber, you're calling the heating and air guy on a boiler. Along with the troubleshooting, I gotta be an electrician, I gotta know all the electric. Roofing, if there's a water leak on a roof, you gotta go get some tar, you gotta be a roofer, you gotta be a tinner, you know, I mean, sometimes I gotta do sheet metal. What else? There's like 7 trades. Ah, there's another one! Look at that idiot, he's got the tow truck. You would think that if you lived in Ohio, you would know how to drive, but people don't. People do not know how to drive. So that's 3. I bet you by the time I get to my job, I'll see 2 more. I bet you any amount of money. 59. That's pretty nice, but I guess for you guys, it's cold. Unlike the fun show when I went in January. It was we got the convention center is right next to the room at the Hilton, and there's pools and stuff. And me and my, it's Florida. We can go swimming. It's gonna be great. Yeah, no, it was 30 degrees. I'm like, I thought it was 80 degrees all year round. I guess that's only Barbados. Barbados is a great place. I'd love to live down there. We went down there, what, 2 years ago? Maybe even 3. I think it was 2 years ago. Oh, that was amazing. Amazing place. We got this suite. We stayed at the Crane, and our suite had a private pool. The hotel itself had like 5 pools. We never used them. They had their own private beach. It was beautiful. Beautiful. I'd love to go back. Alright, so now I'm doing about 40. I'm just going to stay here. I'm not getting in any other lane. I got a line of traffic behind me, a line of traffic in front of me. No, I am not. I talk about it. I talk about it all the time. So here's the deal. I have a ton of copper. I probably could make my own bars. I've always thought about making, and maybe someone who melts copper or silver can make me a silver cigar, and on the end have like a cloud of smoke coming above the cigar. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I've always thought about doing that, but here's the deal. So I don't have great luck in life, and most likely I would get burned badly. I've seen plenty of videos where if you don't heat the mold enough, even though it looks dry, you know, you pour that hot copper in there and it explodes. So you can't do it in the basement. And my garage is full of fireworks, and molten copper and fireworks are not gonna go well together. So yeah, so no, I thought about it plenty of times, getting a furnace. I wouldn't get an electric one, I would get a propane one, because I don't know, I watched this guy on YouTube. He's from Australia, Big Deep Casting. That guy's got an amazing channel, and his whole channel is nothing but cores. He melts down big motors and stuff, and he's got a whole room that he designed that's got thousands of ounces of aluminum and brass and copper. He's got propane, but make a limited run about 10 everyone. Yeah, probably would. I haven't ruled it out. That's why I saved my number one, because I don't think I would want to melt the number two. There's too much impurities in it, oil and solder and brace joint stuff. There's a plow. There's an Ohio plow ready to go. It's chilling. This looks pretty clean out here. I don't think they got much snow out here. Oh, I'm doing 50. Now we're cruising. Oh, 55. I might make it to the job before 9:30. Clinton comes to mind. I'm trying not to think about that one. But yeah, I suppose if I got some sand, I could take a cigar. It would be like 10 ounces, probably even more. I couldn't make it out of silver. I'd have to do it out of copper. But yeah, make like a little indentation for like the wrapper, and then I could like form like a little cloud for the smoke, and then pack it with the sand, and then I guess pour in there. You'd have to figure out some way to make it round though. I don't know, I'd have to really think about it. But FG Stacker made a cool one, and I just wasn't in the mood or market to buy it. He made a silver buffalo. I don't think it was copper, I think it was silver. He wanted me to buy it from him. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Yep, another accident coming. It was a buffalo that was smoking a cigar. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but I should have bought it. I think I should have. Here's accident number 4. It's on the other side, out in the ditch. In the ditch, got the police. Let's see this idiot. He's just getting out of his car, some young kid. What a douche. Alright, so we got one more accident to go to prove my point. My prediction correct. How far do I gotta go? Let's see, I don't even know what city I'm in yet. I might be going through Huron. Definitely in farm country. There's nothing out here. I think I still got at least 20 minutes to go. Yeah, well, thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Looks like we got 7 people watching. That's cool. That's cool. I guess this wasn't that hard. I got the hand that's holding the phone is holding the steering wheel. I could actually smoke a cigar. I'd have to light it though. I need 3 hands. I wonder. Well, you know what? No one's passing me, so no one can go. Look at that idiot holding the phone while he's driving. Oh, speak of the devil, look at this guy. I didn't even see him. He was in my blind spot. He's probably thinking, look at that idiot holding the phone. Hey, I'm filming, bitch. It's YouTube. I'm a professional YouTuber, okay? Mind your business. Alright. Berlin Heights. Alright, I'm definitely in Huron. So I think I got 3 more exits, and that'll be my exit. I'm not going to be anywhere near Cedar Point. That is a lot further north than where I'm working at. I'm in the same city, but I could drive by there later. It's closed. That's the thing about. I don't eat as good as Cedar Point is. I can only imagine what it would be if they could stay open year round. They only got like 3 good months. Well, actually, May, June, July, August, September. They got 5 good months, and then in October, they just stay open during the weekends for Halloween weekend. But, yeah, they make a lot of money. I'm sure it's been open forever. I used to go there as a little kid. My dad told me we would go for 3 days. We would stay at the Hotel Breakers. They have their own hotel inside the park. And I was like, Dad, what? It was me, my 2 brothers, my mom and dad, so 5 of us. Like, we would get the packages for food, and we got the package for the park and everything for 3 days. But Dad, what did that run you back in the day? He's like, oh, it was cheap. It was like $100. Like, what, for all 3 days, plus food, plus the hotel, plus the park? He's like, yeah, it was great. We used to go all the time. Jeez, it's $100 just for one person to get into the park. Easy with those fast passes and drink passes and all this other crap. Oh my God, it's getting hot in here. Got the heat cranking. Plus I'm overdressed for being inside the car. What else? What else is going on? That's about it. I just wanted to film my ride to work like Liberty does. Who else does that? Broke Stacker does that. I've seen Kansas Kid do that. Fish is always making live from the road. And I'm always like, I'll do the same thing. The same thing. Probably end it. Well, the roads are looking kind of clear. I don't think I'm going to see any more accidents or people ditch. And I don't really have any more to talk about. I do have a video coming up tonight. It's 7:30 is the premiere. It is called How to Properly Stack Copper Part 2. I filmed Part 1 the other day from the basement, showed all my number 1. Number 2 shows everything in the garage. And it shows all of my copper aluminum coils. I think I got about 700 pounds chilling out there. I got 3 50-pound boxes of number 2. I got some motors. And I film it all. It's like a 4-minute video, so that comes out at 7. Alright, oh, Becky, what's up? Me and Becky. Yeah, I'll be safe. I'll be safe. And I'm really surprised I haven't got a phone call. Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you exactly why I didn't get a phone call. Because one guy that always calls me at 8:30, he's on vacation. And the other guy that calls me at 8:30 every day, because that's when he gets out of his house, probably took the day off. He is well into his 60s and really only wants to work part-time. And he always brags that he's part-time, just the office doesn't know it. He never made an official request to be part-time because they would deny him. They would say, you're full-time. You know, you drive a van and we need you to go full-time. So he just takes like 2-3 days a week off in the winter. And he tells everyone, he's like, yeah, I'm part-time, just the office doesn't know it. And they let him get away with it. So I guarantee with the weather being like this, he didn't go in today. So that's why the phone hasn't rang. But I'm going over like this bridge. Now we're getting closer to the lake. You get all these lakes everywhere. I think the next exit is right. No, there's another. Exit. I still got a way to go. This is a hike out here. I got to come out here all week. I got one more day out in Sandusky, today and tomorrow, and then I got to go to a prevailing wage job on Thursday wish every day was prevailing wage. Who were some of your favorite YouTube PM channels that no longer make content? No longer make content. Trident. I send him a message on Instagram every now and then, and 3 days later he gets back to me, but he's been gone for what, 2 years? Trident Stacker lives like 2 hours away from me, and he I got a funny story about that. There was a coin show one day, Hartville, Ohio. It's an hour south from me, and I was like, hey, let's meet up. He goes, I hope you know that it's like 3 hours away. I was like, dude, it's like 40 minutes from your city. What do you get this 3 hours? Like, I'll come south an hour, you come north an hour. Like, and so he didn't make that coin show, but yeah, he lives south, like kind of like mid Ohio. When I started my channel, there's very few guys that really stepped up to the plate and helped me along with my channel, being brand new. Trident was one of them. One of like my very first video, he was like, I think I made mention of, I'm gonna buy a camera, I'm gonna do giveaways, and bam, like the next day I get an email from him. He's like, don't buy a camera, use your phone, don't waste your money. He's like, don't do giveaways, it doesn't give you any benefit, you're not gonna get any subs. Every sticker that I have on my channel comes from him. In fact, I gotta get a hold of him and see if he can design me. I got 2 new ideas for 2 new stickers. They're gonna be killer, and I don't really even need to keep it a secret. Maybe I will keep it a secret, but I want him to design it because I can't design crap. I know Constitutional Stacker, who's a big wiener head. We're actually going through a feud. He's big mad at me because I put him in a timeout, which he deserved, but that's right. So then he goes on a live stream and trash talks me for 2 hours and got his little buddies to talk trash about me in the chat, so hurt my feelings. I cried a little. Yeah, no, I didn't. That's gay. But he was like a pretty big influence on me when I started my channel. AG was a big influence. Mellow Stacks. Those are about all the guys that were starting their channel at the same time. Trident was already out for about a year, but can't really think of anything else. Anyone that used to make content. Silver Slayer was the guy that got me into silver. I will always give him credit. In 2017, when I bought my first ounce of silver, it was a 2017 Eagle. That's because of him. He had 900 subs at the time. I remember the Slayer 1K giveaway, and pretty much everything I learned about silver when I started was through him. But he still makes content. Mello, no. Mello does not. He moved to Tennessee, and it was in Texas. I know the city because it's got like a woman name, like Marion, Texas, or Karen, Texas, or something like that. Yeah, he's in Tennessee. Oh, there we go. Number five. I told you guys. That's what's up. Oh, they're pushing the car out of the ditch. Look at that. Oh, look at that guy. The cop is pushing him out of the ditch. Oh, man, that's classic. See, I said five accidents, and there it was. I hope you guys saw that. The cop was pushing him. Yeah, Mello was a cool dude. He bought one of my calendars that I made. He's always been a huge silver community supporter. He's supported every channel, and I wish he'd come back. But I'm trying to answer your question. Who is gone? Man, I don't know. There was one guy, Silver Slacker, I think. When I was watching videos back in 2017, he had like 6,000 ounces of poured silver. I just was like always impressed with his stack. He had like every Perth Mint coin. Like if it was 2017 and it was the year of the rooster, he would have the 1 ounce, the 2 ounce, the 5, the 10, the kilo. He would have all the bars, and he had like every year before that, all in stacks. His videos are still up, but he doesn't make any content anymore. I don't even know if it's Silver Slacker. I think it is, but were you around when, hang on, truck is bouncing. Bricktown would make. I don't know him. I've never known him. He must have been gone when I started. I started my channel in December of 2022. So I don't. I've heard of Kansas Kid talking about him, especially in the live stream last night. But yeah, I don't. I've never seen any of his videos. I don't know who he is. Man, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to Pirate Stacker was big back in the day. He always had a chart with a graph that he hand drew, and I was like, oh man, this guy's got charts and stuff. This is awesome. And he always had like graded coins, and he did away with all that. Like I haven't seen a pirate video in such a long time. I actually own not one but 2 Pirate Stacker shirts, and if I go to the fun show, or if I go to, we're not going to the fun show in 2026, we can't, but we're trying to go to 2027. I'm wearing the Pirate Stacker shirt. You have to. Man, I know I've always watched Silverstruck. He was always around from the very beginning. There's a lot of guys that are gone, that started after me and that are gone. When I started my channel, Liberty Bleeds was just coming up. No fun this year. Well, we went in January, and it cost us $2,000 to go. That's a big reason why we can't go in January, because my house was built on like this ancient burial site, and it's sinking. I bought the house sinking. I knew it was. It had the kitchen and the back bedroom have a slight grade. So when you're in the hallway and you're walking in the bedroom, you go downhill. It's noticeable. And ever since they leveled the house next door to me, because the sewer department bought it, and they tore my backyard up. There's a big pond back there. They renovated the whole pond and everything. All that construction shook my house. So now that said slope is even worse. And I talked to a lawyer, and he goes, well, if you want to sue, the burden of proof is on you. So you have to prove that what they did ruined your house. And he goes, and you just told me that it was like that when you bought the house, so you have to prove that what they did made it worse. I got no proof. I can't prove that. So we have to have a company come in February, and they have to raise the house, and that's going to cost a pretty penny. So that's why we can't go to the fun show. But we are trying to go to the Tulsa show in June. We already looked at, the biggest thing is going to be the flight. Here's my exit, by the way. The flight is more expensive than the hotel. The hotel is going to be, if we want to go for 4 nights, about $700, which is not bad. I think we're going to end up going for 3 nights, but I know the flights are ridiculous. So if we can get a good price on a flight, then we'll go. The wife's on board, so yeah, it blows. But they wanted to go down into the ground in the house and put 14 pylons, dig up the concrete, and then jack the house up. Well, the companies that want to rip me off want $32,000, and they want to give me zero guarantee that when they raise the house that it's not going to crack all the brick, because they're not doing the whole house. They're just doing the one corner. I just need the one corner lifted. And the guy was like, well, all these bricks are going to crack. So when we start lifting the house, we're going to stop. I'm like, so I'm going to pay you let me get this right. I'm going to pay you $32,000, and you're going to start to lift the house, and you're going to get 1 inch. We need to come up 5.5 inches, okay? Almost 6 inches. That's how much we've got to come up. And you're going to lift it 1 inch and stop. So I'm going to have an unlevel house, and now $32,000. He's like, well, but you're going to have a house that's not sinking anymore. I go, okay, but that's not fixing the situation, okay? The goal is to fix the house up and leave, because I've been in the house 15 years. It's paid off. The wife hates the house. She doesn't hate it. It's too small for her. My wife makes tons of cash, and wants to live in a house that reflects her social status, if you will. I get pissed because, I pay 93 grand for my house. She's looking at $500,000-$600,000 houses, and I'm like, listen, lady, like, what do you think this is? Like, I'm trying to retire in 13 years. Like I really want a 30-year mortgage, but that's the wife. We go back and forth about it all the time. So we do want to move. I'm hoping house prices come down, but we want to level the house. So we found a company that wants to just go in the basement and jack the house up. Don't touch the wall. The guy said, do not touch the wall. The walls are going to crumble, this and that. He goes, I'm going to jack it up. He goes, I'm going to do it in February when I have no work. He goes, I'll do it for cost. I feel bad for you. He's going to do it for like $2 grand. I'm like, man, why do you got to wait till February? Could you do it now? But, he wants to wait till when his company has no work. So that's going to be, it's going to be way more than $2 grand. I'll tell you that right now, because he's going to do the whole side. And then once they jack up the first floor for the basement, they'll structurally, sound it. They got to put, 4x4s or whatever underneath the wall. And then they got to build the brick up on the outside. You can't just leave a big gaping hole in the house. But hire a professional. Yeah, we called 5 companies. And one of the guys that wanted big money was like, he goes, I like to sleep at night. I have a conscience. And he goes, I'm going to give you a quote. He gave us a quote for $35,000. He goes, if you call me, I'm going to deny the quote. He goes, I am not lifting this house. You're going to destroy your walls. You're going to ultimately what needs to be done is the whole entire side of the house on the driveway side. Driveway 2 has to be dug up, and then they have to rebuild the wall. That's the only way to do it, because you're going to crack all the other walls. So, but that's probably $40,000-$50,000. I've seen it done before, and we're not doing that. So, well, here is my job. I can't believe I got here. What is it? 47 minutes. Pull around to where I gotta work. Here is where they dug up the parking lot to run the new sprinkler, the $1 million sprinkler line. I'll be working over there. See that line set that comes down from I ran that black line through the attic. I got a unit to go there. I got units that go there. And that's where I was working yesterday. I put those 2 in. I got a third one to do right there. My goal is to probably do just the one and then go home, because you can see what I'm up against. Yeah, I'll be working right there today. So, well, I'm here. Up 9:30. This was fun. Sounds like a good opportunity to maybe build an extension onto the house. No, there's nowhere to put it. It's on the driveway side. That's why they got to lift it. That's why one company wanted to dig up the driveway and go down underneath the footer and jack it up. The other 2 companies wanted to go from the basement and put the 14 pylons. They drilled down, put the pylon down 80 feet or something, and then the jacks go in between the pylon and the footer, and they jack it up. But anyway, so yeah, I'm here. I'm going to get to work. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. This was super fun. It's the first time I ever did this. I'll have to do it again, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.